defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The Vikings send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. First run now for Kyron Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Stafford. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. On the return, it's Rodgers. Well, that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Stafford. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And the Rams at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Ethan Evans now. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now McCarthy. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
This 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Looking to throw McCarthy. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Prater for the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. 32. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
40 got. 40 got. 21.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. That's to the 2nd-year man, Puka Nacua. Into space at the 45.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now it's Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Tyler Higbee as the first half is winding down. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. A check down here to Jones. And he goes out right around the 39.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 1. Complete with 11 seconds remaining now.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. McCarthy operating from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice ease.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up second down.
Ready. 50-50. 70.
Stafford going to give this one to Corum. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8.
One thing about Blake Corum, when you watch him play, you see how compact he is. He breaks tackles, good vision, and he's played like a pro since his sophomore year in college. 27 rushing touchdowns in 2023, led college football. This young man knows how to play.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
Big 20.
Back to throw, Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. Here's Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Here's McCarthy. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he's taken down inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Throwing is McCarthy. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To the air with McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Prater on to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry, and now points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless too.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Stafford. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2 yards left on second down from the 9.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. This is caught.
And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now they'll change things up. There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
J.J. McCarthy
with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season.
And the Vikings look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
They begin the drive with Williams.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
2nd and 7.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He hits Adams complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 54 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Open man is Atwell, complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Puka Nacua.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Now McCarthy. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Rams will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
This is 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Got a man, it's Higbee, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Now Stafford. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now 1st and goal.
That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic?
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2. Now it's Stafford. And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. McCarthy operating from the gun.
Escaping the pressure right. Going for it all. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
McCarthy off the play fake.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory.
Well, if you step back and look at this, CD, a pretty impressive victory. Not the best defense in the NFL they were going against, but it is a top 10 defense in this league, and they're pretty sound, but yet they found a way to get it done and get the victory.
Yeah, I got to give them credit, because I think their game plan was really, really strong for this one. They knew where they wanted to attack. They knew how they wanted to execute, and they did it with confidence and a little bit of verve as well.
So for the Vikings, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3 and 4 through 7 games. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Alpha shot. Good night. Alpha shot. Hi. Good night. All right. Hey! On the quick, right? Hey, uno more, uno more. Good night. Already. Good night. Here we go. Good night. Alpha tonight. Good night. Hey! Oh, ready? Hey! Hey! Alpha tonight! 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 Here we go! Nike Texas. All right. Buggy. Good night. Here we go. Good night. Here we go, let's go. Tonight. Here we go. Tonight. Oh, okay. Tonight. Wow, what's that? Tonight. Wow, for tonight. Hi. Tonight. All right. Tonight. Tonight. On the quick, right? Hey, south. Tonight.